Did you know that elderly abuse, especially in nursing homes, is a prevalent issue in our society? Elderly abuse is an umbrella term that includes physical abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Elder abuse can be defined as referring to any knowing, intentional, or negligent action that causes harm or creates a serious risk of harm to an older, vulnerable, or disabled adult, whether harm is intended or not. Social work is defined as promoting or restoring mutually benefit interactions between individuals and society in order to improve the quality of life for everyone. Therefore, if residents in a nursing home are not being treated properly, it is our duty as human beings, specifically social workers, to correct these problems in order to improve the quality of life for these people. This is an issue of interest in social work because the social worker is there to ensure the residents' basic needs as well as long-term needs are being met. The social worker's job is to be the voice for residents who are not competent enough to make their own decisions to ensure no abuse takes place and no one is being taken advantage of. Abuse of the elderly and children are the most common forms of abuse because the abused are often unable to defend themselves. The Senate Special Committee on Aging concluded that many physical and sexual abuse cases in nursing homes are not treated the same as similar cases elsewhere. Statistics show that less than 2% of nursing homes tolerated abuse and didn't report it. However, that means that 300 of the 17,000 nursing homes in America do accept abuse without reporting it. To help this issue, county social workers and their supervisors are expected to report the issues they see in these facilities. Social workers who work with the elderly are encouraged to look for warning signs of abuse, such as fractures, bruises, burns, and etc. Most states have passed laws to address the problem of elder abuse. On the micro level, social workers check in on nursing home residents. By talking to nursing home residents, social workers develop a trusting relationship. If a social worker creates a bond with nursing home residents, they become an outlet for residents to report any negligent or abusive behavior in their living conditions. On the macro level, social workers are spreading awareness of these issues in hopes of encouraging anyone being abused or anyone who knows of abuse to come forward and report it. The more pressure social workers put on society, older living institutions, other social workers, and nursing home employees, the more likely people are to feel obligated to report misconduct. Adult Protective Services, otherwise known as APS, is one way to address these problems. APS can be defined as a social service program provided by state and/or local governments nationwide serving older adults and adults with disabilities who are in need of assistance. Essentially, APS is a public agency created to investigate and respond to abuse allegations of older persons. APS workers investigate abuse cases alongside of other professionals, such as medical professionals, law enforcement officers, firefighters, and etc. APS helps by assessing the needs of an individual and developing a service plan to maintain his or her safety, health, Elder abuse can be prevented and it can be stopped. If a situation is beyond the point of prevention, there are ways to catch elder abuse and end it. First and foremost, we must acknowledge what elder abuse is. We can't prevent something if we don't know what we're trying to prevent. The easiest way to ensure these awful concepts are known is through education and communication. If there is a strong social attitude with agreement that it is okay to acknowledge, talk about, look for, and report signs of elder abuse, it is more likely to be prevented and reported. If we promote the mental and physical harm that comes from elder abuse, it will be easier to recognize signs and easier for people to come forward and report these issues without fear or uncomfort. Respite care is a tool that could prevent or catch elderly abuse. Respite care is defined as Temporary institutional care of a dependent, elderly, ill, or handicapped person, providing relief for their usual caregivers. If someone else cares for a resident, even temporarily, it might be easier to prevent abuse out of fear for another person noticing signs of abuse such as bruises, bleeding, and lack of treatments for minor cuts and bruises. Social circles in nursing homes are also very important. If an elder is secluded without many friends or family, they might be afraid or less inclined to report an abuse. Social interaction leads to dialogue. If an elder has been abused, coping solutions include family, friends, and community support, support groups, and counseling. After being abused, the elder can be left feeling untrustworthy, frightened, angry, scared, and etc. Counseling and support groups can help the abused to work through these feelings. According to the NASW Code of Ethics, the mission of the social work profession is rooted in a set of core values. These values include service, social justice, dignity and worth of the person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence. All of these values are extremely relevant to this type of situation. As a social worker, your service is to serve human beings to the best of your ability in order to promote social justice and the dignity and worth of a person. If someone is taking advantage of an elder, they are going against every core value that social work is comprised of. We must make a call to action to stop the abuse of elderly people in nursing homes and prevent future generations